but this is the first picture I have, the closest one of me DJing that I have, like the youngest of me. But as you can see, this is my friend Carrie, this is my friend Eric, this is Marcellus, and then you got me. And it's kind of funny because that's how I grew up. I grew up in a black neighborhood, and only some Latinos were here, you know what I mean? But as you can see how interested I am in the turntables, that was like, that was my vibe. That's what we were all about. Because before this, we used to be in our cassettes and radios and getting our songs and all that. This is our elevation now. We thought we was DJing now. So yeah, I went to his house one day, and he was in his garage, and he had like this raggedy turntable on this side, and he had this little Radio Shack black mixer in the middle, and he had this turntable that he pulled out of his mom's. They call them in Spanish consolas, you know what I mean? But this is the one that you put up the thing and the turntable. He pulled the whole thing out and unplugged it somehow and plugged it to work with this mixer. I seen him. He has Sucker MCs from Run DMC, and that song starts off. It goes boom, ba 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 ba, ga 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 ga. So he was like, boom, ba ba ba, bigga ba ba ba, bigga ba ba ba, bigga 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 ba ba. And I was like, oh man, I'll never forget that moment, man. I was like, it just fascinated me. I was like, damn, that looks like bad, man. Like, I'm like, oh man, hey, let me try it. He's like, no man, don't touch, don't mess with it, man. You gonna mess it up. Like, the reason why I was able to be the minority in the whole thing was because when I was young out here, you know, like whatever dance was out, I would know, I would do it. And even back to Marcellus days, you know what I mean? You know, whatever dances was out, I can do it too. It wasn't like something I was trying to be the best dancer in the world or nothing, but I would just, oh, that shit looks tight, oh, I'll learn it. So then blacks would trip out like, damn, like little dude is like he has his own flair, but I always had my own thing. And there's people that are from the old school that are around here that are in their 40s now that can go back and test to that and say, yeah, I was there when I seen that little motherfucker spinning on his head and nobody could f with him. But I knew every time going in, they're looking at me like World on Wheels and Skateland USA and all them places. It was all black events, you know what I mean? And then you got a Latino jumping on young too, you know what I mean? And then they're like, oh yeah, what you gonna do? And so that made me say, oh, watch. I'll just f something up and they'd be like, oh, little, okay. And that's how my name started. Oh, that's Julio G. Get up there and see this guy with a t-shirt on, some jeans and some Converse. And he looked like he was like buff dude, you know what I mean? Like muscular dude. And I thought he was a security. You know what I mean? And so I actually started talking to him about something, and we having a conversation. And then Great Matt comes in and he says, hey, Tony G, let me talk to you real quick. So he got, oh, excuse me, man. So he got up and I said, oh, shit. This is a true story, man. I was like, oh, shit. I was Tony G. Damn, I've been talking to Tony G. It tripped me out.
Entonces lo que conozco es un ritmo. Entonces necesitas la mano muy ligera. El balance de las manos es muy importante.
And so I took the headphones on and I handed him the headphones. He goes, nah, go ahead and hold them, man. And so he just started fucking it up with no headphones. This is 1986. And I'm like, first of all, I'm baffled by how the does he know where the things are at? How does he know where the shit's at? And then he's not just scratching. I mean, he's chasing the record down and doing tricks and shit and bringing the back and fucking it up and doing some other shit. So now I just realized all the shit that I thought that I knew about you, it just went out the window because you just done some shit that I never heard you do on the radio, and this shit made me more trip out on him. Like, wow, this motherfucker right here is fucking crazy. When I'm leaving, he tells me, hey, I'm gonna get you into the mix masters, man. Tony got me in. I didn't even try out. Yeah, so then I became the 5th mix master. You know what I mean? That was like, then it became Jammin' Gemini, it was Tony G, Jammin' Gemini, Joe Cooley, M-Walk, and Julio G. And that was the time that I think was the glory time of that whole thing. We were doing the Clear, that, you know, I did a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it was about, you know, Eric B and Rakim and BDP, De La, Spoonie G, Big Daddy Kane, it was LL, the Run DMC, Wrecking Crew, all that stuff. We played all of it. And all them dudes got shine with us. It wasn't like we were just playing fucking hip hop. Just it's this hip hop. You know, like 88 BPMs and 92s, and that's all we did. Like that's all we did. No, it was way spread out. Man, we played everybody. Everybody got played. We were real open. We pride ourselves in that though. You know what I mean? Because that's LA West Coast. We were never biased. If we would have been biased, the music business would have never been where it's at right now. See, we were young kids, you know what I mean? We were all young, you know what I mean? We were young and we were hood stars, you know? It's funny when people think like, Julio G, man, you know, you're popular today. I was like, man, I really can take you back to where I started. I was just as popular then. Julio G, Joe Cooley, M-Walk, Tony G, Jammin' Gemini. That was like, you know, anywhere we went, people would, man, respect.